To be a really good solopreneur, you just need to do 3 things. Do you want God's plan for your life? Do you want to discover your calling? Do you want to build a business that's aligned with God's will? Hey girl, hey! I'm Jeanette, business and faith coach. After a decade in the military, the Air Force said, see you later, and I had to find my true calling. Want to know how God directed my life from a cybersecurity engineer to a faith and business mentor? In this podcast, I'll teach you how to start a business, how to know your business is God's calling, monetization techniques, how to trust the Holy Spirit, and how to set boundaries to listen to His word alone. Ready to become unapologetically unstoppable? Hey girl, hey! I'm so excited because Easter's over. I still got candy around my house, but it feels so good to just be like in the groove, back on track for all the things that we're doing in life in this season, right? And being a solopreneur is very, very hard. So don't sleep on that fact. If you're a solopreneur, I want you to know that just because you're not doing what all those other people you see doing does not mean there's anything wrong with you. It just means that you are in a season, a period of time, that things are going to be a little bit hard because of where you're at in your business, right? So this is for the people who don't have help. You don't have anybody helping you out with anything. You're bootstrapping, and I see you, girl. I see you. And what I want to do is I want to encourage you. First of all, I want to encourage you because you are stepping out on faith on something that most people have only dreamed of. Some people won't even try those things. And so I'm very proud of you already for going out there and trying to make something else instead of the 9 to 5 or whatever people say that you're supposed to be doing. You're doing something different, and I like that. Let's go. I'm so for that. But I also want to give you some tips on how to be a good solopreneur in this season. So, number 1, do less. Okay, I know you're thinking, Jeanette, I can't do less. I'm trying to build a business. I got a lot of things I got to do. But you know what? You can do less. Only do things that are important to your money-making activities, right? If it's not making you money, don't do it. Like, I know it's nice to have like all these like extravagant back ends and like doing all these things, but then you get stuck in preparation paralysis. I don't know if that's you, but that was me. I would get stuck in trying to figure out all the things that I needed to do that seemed like I needed to do, right? And really, you don't. I said I wanted to offer something today, and so I did. I don't have a website about it. I don't have a list. I don't have anything. And somebody took me up on my offer. I said, all right, cool. I need you to send me X, Y, and Z, and then I can do this for you. But you know what? I didn't have anything. It was just like a God prompt in my heart of saying, you need to start offering this. Cool. I'm going to start offering this. I don't have anything done. It's going to be messy, and that's fine. So just do less, first of all. And if you think you need to be on this platform and that platform and doing all these reels 3 times a day, you don't. You just need to find out what gets you the most bang for your buck. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing hair and you find out that your reels are going viral, semi-viral, viral for you, for what this one technique, then keep doing that. Keep showing that technique. Screw everything else at this moment, because that's what people want to see from you, and that's what you actually want to do. So it totally aligns. So keep doing that. Your analytics will show you what you should be putting out there. And if you like it, go for it 100%. So do less. Don't be on YouTube. Don't be on a podcast. Don't be on Facebook and Instagram if it's connected. I mean, it's no harm, no foul, right? But Twitter and TikTok and making videos here and there, you're doing too much, and that's not going to help you grow anything. You're split too far, too wide. So just go really deep into one thing and get really good on that platform. And then once you start making more money, then you can outsource that to somebody else to make your content on different platforms. But just double down on one platform and you will be fine. I promise you. So do less. Boundaries. Girl. Boundaries are so important. And I'm talking about not just boundaries for your business, but boundaries for your life too. When I first got into business, the first like entrepreneurship thing that I wanted to do was real estate. And so I was like putting myself out there, like all hours of the night. I'd be in Facebook groups, especially because I'm a military spouse. Like when people PCS or move to a new area, they're like, oh, what is this area like? So I had to be the first one out there saying, hey, I'm a real estate agent. So I'd be like hawking in these Facebook groups. And I felt like, oh my gosh, like I'm not spending any time with my kid. My kid is like brand new. She was like a couple months old. And I was like, I'm spending no time with my husband. I'm just on all the time. And then people would call you at whatever time. They would text you at whatever time. And I would be responding because I thought that that's what I needed to do. But you know what? As soon as I said, hey, I work from this hour to this hour, and I will contact you during those hours, they respected me more. They might not have went with me, but they definitely respected me more because they knew that I wasn't going to be a pushover and I wasn't just going to take anything. Because I think that when you're in a new business, you think that I have to be available for everybody. I might miss out on something. I might miss out on some money. If you think like that, then you don't believe that God has got a plan for you. Because God's going to make a plan for you. And Jesus had boundaries. Okay? Jesus had lots of boundaries. Where was he the night he got taken? He was in the field praying. Okay? He was not hanging out with his friends. He knew this was his last night on earth. And he spent it with his father. He was like, I got to go be with my dad, y'all. Peace out. He was not in it for everybody as soon as they needed him. That's not what Jesus did. He had boundaries. So you guys need to have boundaries too. So you need to think about the things you have boundaries over. So do you have boundaries over your day, your time, when you check your email? My esthetician was doing my eyebrows yesterday and she was like, yo, I just found out that you can silence notifications on your phone. I'm like, yes, girl. I cannot be like constantly inundated with all these alerts. It just like drives me nuts. I don't have any notifications for Facebook or Instagram, and my phone goes on silent, no notifications at all after 9:30 p.m. No text messages, no Facebook messages, no nothing, no calls. It's just not going to happen. So I want you to think about those boundaries you need to set because it will open up more space for you to be creative. Because if you're constantly in do mode, you're not going to have any time for creation mode. And that's totally different sections of your brain. And you need the white space. You need that space. I'm going to give you some space, y'all. Look. And that space is where you can think and bring things closer together and really develop what you want to do. And you get to hear from God during those spaces. Because that's when he's going to talk to you because you don't have anything else going on. You're just listening. You're in listening mode. To him, not to everything else, right? And then number 3, how to be a great solopreneur is be really, really good at one thing. Look, if you're listening to this podcast, I know you're a multifaceted, badass woman, okay? I already know it. I already know you know 15 different types of things and you're really good at those things. But when you're starting out a new business, be really good at one thing. I've got a friend who is a baker and she's really good, like a lot of things baking wise. And I was like, well, what is your niche? Like, what is the thing that you want people to be known for? She's like, I don't do fondant. I was like, cool. And she was like, I don't really like doing cakes. I like cupcakes because then I can get the flavors right. And that's really important to me. Cool. And I only like doing some cookies. Cool. So what you need to do then is you only need to say that I make flavor-based, fantastic tasting, buttercream only cupcakes. And then if somebody wants to have like a custom cake, you charge extra for that because that's not what you do. You do buttercream cupcakes. That's what you do. And then you get really, really good at that and you can be known as the cupcake lady. And obviously, people who make cupcakes can also make cakes. That's like a no-brainer. But you're going to be the cupcake lady. I am the local cupcake lady and I slay with buttercream. Don't ask me for no fondant because that stuff tastes disgusting. And with buttercream, you can make these fantastic flavors and that's what I'm about. So when you're being a solopreneur, remember that. Do less. Make sure you have boundaries and be really, really good at one thing. Make that one thing your niche. You got this. Wow, that was so good. So I know that you know somebody that also needs to hear that. So share this episode, leave a review. And I would love if you could watch my free workshop at JeanettePeterson.com/missingpiece. I'll see you guys over on the grams at Jeanette.Peterson. Bye.